aboard, folks! It's Morgoth the Barbarian here. Welcome to the 13th episode of our Railroad Tycoon 2 Let's Play. We're taking this baby all the way to 2025 as our final stop. And so far things are looking kind of iffy. We don't have too much cash on hand, but let's see how the book value and our personal net worth are looking. We're at 294 million, and we're still climbing, so that's better than nothing. Stock-wise, we're sitting at 621 million. We're almost a billionaire. So in 2025, by the end of when it reaches January 2025, that is, whatever those two numbers are combined times 3 is what our final score will be for this playthrough. We're currently sitting in 1938, so time's beginning to run a little short. We got about a little under 90 years. So today what I want to do is try to get our cash reserves back up, but also start looking into electric tracks. Because eventually we are going to need to start switching over to electric trains, so now might be the time while we still got a chance. Exactly where we would go, I'm not quite sure yet, but I think I've got a couple of corridors we can go to, so you know what buttons to hit, and with that, let's get this address set electric trains. So there's a couple spots I would like to go to in order to get this set up. The northeast corridor is obviously one slot. In other words, between Washington and, say, like, I don't know, Richmond and New York City. Another corridor we could do is Eastern Canada. And then the Midwest between, say, Chicago and Detroit, or, say, towards Cincinnati. Those would be some good corridors. Now, I'm going to be lazy and just use the existing track for some of this. But the bottom line here is to try and get some electrified track, per se. To have it try to be as exclusive as possible for our electric trains. That way they can go over our diesel lines. Remember, electric trains can only travel on electric track. That's this one. Diesel trains can't go there, so it's kind of like their own little exclusive little lane. But I'm going to be lazy and kind of not build any other stations here, so let's start with the northeast first. So first things first, let's get our money up to speed here. I want at least a couple million, 10 million in the bank if we can get there. Money-wise, we're doing just fine. It looks like we're beginning to make money here, so... So let's see. Let's address the New York line first. I would go up to Boston and do the full Acela Express line, but it might be a little bit difficult. Although, I'm probably just going to do one. So let's start with New York to Boston first, because I think like Boston's like a big city. What we want to do is something along this. Yes, we can build electric tracks over our existing train lines, but I want to try to make it somewhat of an exclusive if I can help it here. I'm not too worried about the grading. So let's see. So maybe something like this to get to Boston. I know that's kind of the same line, but not too worried. That might be asking for a lot. All right. The other thing, too, is would the AI use this or not? And I think the answer would be yes. I think as I'm looking at this right now to get from Richmond to, say, Boston, I think we should use it as is. So let's say I did that. All right, so it would have me go up there. So it's building as is. So I'm going to just electrify this line from Boston to Richmond. We'll start with that. I'm only going to go as far as Boston. I don't really need to go too further out. And you can see kind of the difference between the electric and the regular here. So that whole area has now been electrified. But again, we're not going to go any further than we absolutely have to. So I'm just going to go there. And we're good. Okay. And I'm going to build 2 passenger lines. Granted, they're just electric here. So what's the best one? GG1 for right now. And actually, I'm just going to do 1. How about we do that? So this has to start in Boston. And then we'll go New York, Philly, Washington, Richmond. That is as far as we can go, regardless of what happens. Alright. We'll see if this works. I'm going to also do something I usually don't do in making an express, meaning it'll pass any other non-diesel train, so we'll give it priority here. We'll see if this works. So we're just going to start off with 1. Oh, wonderful. Train's been robbed. How dare you. Okay, we got another... Well, that actually looks like a really nice train. Probably one of the nicer ones I've seen. Kind of funny how I've never run into this. And we have our first 100-mile-an-hour train if we ever wanted to go that route. Now, these trains are usually... Whoa! What? Wait a minute! What on earth happened here? So we did all that, and unbeknownst to me, all of our, Oh boy, this is not good. How on earth did we end up with negative money? Alright, hold on. I'm going to have to let this go, the game go through all the way to the end here. No, because we can't afford it anymore. Okay, this is not good. I thought we were fine on the cash department here, and now all of a sudden we're not making any money. What on earth happened? Okay, we're going to have to do an emergency look-through here. I was not expecting that at all. So I'm going to have to go through this and see if there's anything that's can be taken out here. We're going to have to get rid of a few lines. Let's see. It's going to be mostly train retirements here. So if you're losing lots of money, I'm probably going to send it on its way. It's a sign that that route just isn't working. So I'm already seeing a few we can get rid of here. Wow, okay, that made a lot of money, so we're going to keep it. I'll get rid of this one. Yeah, I was not expecting that whatsoever. I thought we were all honky-dory over here, and then all of a sudden, I looked, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. That we're losing all that money. Oh, that one thing can definitely go. What are we doing there? I think I should go by lifetime income, too. I wonder if I can help it. Oh, that one's hemorrhaging cash. Ew. All right, don't worry. There are some things we can do here to try to alleviate this situation. This is one of them. Might also help, too, trying to clean up our rails. Alright, I had to cut a lot of trains. I think we're down to, like, what, 166? Oh, dear. Speaking of which. Okay. 166. So I'm hoping that works, and we can get back to profitability. Right now, we're 11 million in the hole, but that's because I retired a lot of trains just now. We are struggling, though. Did not see that coming. All right, so we did manage to get an electrified train route there. Oh, the rails are now a little bit more quieter. So we really had no choice. And then you see how fast the electric one moves? It just is like, whoa. Got all those people very quickly, and it's already heading back to Boston. Just like that. Alright, so we gotta keep that in mind. So is there any other areas that could really use it? I think we could use one from Minneapolis all the way to Cincinnati here. I think this will be a nice, this one here. So I'm going to do, I would still have the funds. I'm going to electrify this track. And just build one here. Build it straight to Chicago. And then I guess it can go through Milwaukee too, and then as long as it ends up in Minneapolis, we're good. I will have it bypass Madison just because I can. Sorry, Madison, you can't have electric trains right now. Okay, so there we go. So now we've electrified that track for when we're ready here. So we'll always get access to the steel mill that's over here too if we need it. So I'm actually going to build one. Brand new one. Where's the GG1? There it is. So I'm just going to do a straight passenger line like that, and put it in the image of our other one that's over here. So there it goes. It's now off to Minneapolis. Yes, regular trains can use the electric line, but they're going to have to pay a price, I'm afraid, to do so. In fact, some of our trains are now getting cute, and now you're actually using that one. That's kind of funny. Huh. So eventually what I want to do is start bringing some, Alright. I know the profit looks really bad, but that's mainly because we had to do some stuff here, so... We can actually build chemicals and fertilizer up there. Oh, that's cool. Actually, I think I'll do that. I got an idea. This gives me a unique idea here. So we'll build a new station here. You can now see how the electrification works. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so we'll do this. Oops, wrong one. This will be kind of a test case to see if this works efficiently. And once again, we'll just make it an express route there. Of course, it's not going to matter if we jam a lot of trains on it, but so be it. Oh, that's not good. Uh-oh, neither is that, but hey, what are you going to do? What's that one? Ugh. Alright, I was hoping we could bring some steel to it, but we don't have a coal facility here. The mill in Cincinnati over here, so... Suppose what I could do... I could do iron, coal over here, if it's allowed. Okay, we got plenty. Steel, and then maybe bring the goods back to, say, Chicago or something? I think that would work. Alright. That does kind of work. I like that idea, so let's see. Really, all we gotta do is just get across the Ohio and we're good. Put its own little dedicated line over here. Go. Alright, we're all set. So let's see, we know how this works. Let's see, where is Cincinnati? Yep. And then Chicago gives goods. And we're all set. Alright, so we'll see if this works a little bit faster than how it normally goes. Okay, that was creepy. Apparently the trains don't stop over each other, but that's okay. I mean... Why not? I'm hoping the AI does not take the trains over... Okay, it's not taking that one, as far as I can tell. If it is, so be it. Alright, so that seems to be working quite nicely. I'll keep it a little bit slower for right now. We could also even extend it to the oil well if we want to, too, assuming there's an electric plant. Hey, cut it out! Bruh. Got robberies up in here. We're getting robbed, yo. I don't like it. I don't like that either. What the hell? Calm down. I don't like that either, but hey, so... I thought... Jeez, our new train has already been broken down. That is, wild. Oh, good grief. Didn't take long for it to just say, screw it, I'm done. Alright. Meanwhile, our cash situation's back in a good place. So I'm going to now do the same thing for Eastern Canada here. Do the whole electric train thing. But except, as you can see, I'm going to have to upgrade that line. I want to bring it to Toronto. So I guess we're forced to go up above. So... Suppose I can electrify this line too. Alright. So hold on. Let's think about this for 1 minute. Ah, here we go. Are you making money? Yes, you kind of are. Okay, I was just going to say, we could probably get away with just upgrading a few of these. And I think we found our very first target here, so... You are going to get replaced and become our very first electric train here. Well, first and only electric train, I should say. Alright. So you're going to get priority from this point forward. I'm also going to upgrade this one too, but that's about as far as I'm willing to go. We're not going to Kitchener or Detroit. Sorry, but not sorry. Okay. So both of those are out. Oh dear, I actually screwed up because it's actually in Kitchener. Oh, yikes. Well, you can't, for those that work, you kind of have to electrify them. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so that one's fine. I didn't mean to do that, so I guess we're electrifying up the Kitchener. I did not mean to do that. Oops. Oh, man. This one's actually now obsolete, to say the least, so we'll get rid of that one. All right, another train gone. Fine. This one I'm just going to straight up retire. We don't necessarily need it anymore. So what I'd like to do is get a... I was just going to say, we could do a separate passenger line, but that... Oh, that's nice. Do a separate wood line, but as you can see, we've got nothing. Nice! It's called the Big Boy. I love it. Love that name. And we currently don't have the supply needed. I was going to say, if there's a fertilizer plant, we could do something with the chemicals, too, but that's not going to work either, so... I'm afraid we're going to have to remain stalled out, to say the least. Alright, those were really the only two ones I was planning on doing. What I'm trying to do is find, like, groups of cities we can electrify up in here. I'm talking about anything that has, like, 8 or more trains on it. 8 or more houses to it. Like LA. Ooh, we could certainly do this corridor. Sacramento City, yes! Alright, so we can do California too. So we're going to do that. Of course, we have this produce farms in the way, but that's fine. And then we're kind of forced to do that. What are you? Are you a passenger line? It's going in between... Aha, here we go. We have found our target. So you get to be upgraded. Yay! And that'll be our only passenger line between those 4 cities. It's not going to Tucson, but who cares? Point there. Oh, sure, you go after the valuable train. I see how it is. Let's see. We could do the... Wait. You can usually tell, if depending on what they demand, if we could do it or not. Let's see if I could try to upgrade a few stations here so we can make this worth our while. Inflation drives up costs. Dang it, World War II, what did you do? Oh. There's 7 houses, that's enough. Alright. So I'm going to electrify this line too. It's got to go through Portland. I'll just follow the AI's path, to say the least. If I really wanted to, I can connect both, but I'm not going to for right now until it's absolutely required. So, there we go. So there we go. Now we have that line electrified. Economy cooling. Oh, that's wonderful. Train crash. That's even more wonderful. Not. Let's see if there's an... Again, we are looking for cities. Cities can help us out. Regular stuff cannot. So let's see. Corpus Christi, Houston, Baton Rouge. Are you a city? You are, but then you have this fun stuff down here. I can usually tell, because if they can demand automobiles, we can certainly do it. And Jackson. Alright. Hold on. Yeah, we got a lot of cities here, so trying to connect cities is basically the key. I would like to do it in groups of 5 if I can. So we're going to do this. We're going to do the Jackson route. Baton Rouge gets one. We're going all the way to Houston. And we're going all the way to Corpus Christi. I'm not going to worry about turns and stuff, but we'll figure it out. I'll keep that in mind when I'm making this up, the routes up. Corpus Christi to Houston. And we have it all the way up in Memphis, right? I forgot. Yes, okay, so we're in Memphis too. All right. And then on the way back, I'm actually going to have it go to Houston again, just because of how it's set up. All right, there we go. And we're off. Okay, so once again, that train gets priority. So it looks like our little reduction scheme helped. Although I'm not so sure this is helping either. Although, then once again, we find ourselves in money trouble. I'm curious to see how these trains work. I almost called them planes. What the hell? All right, they seem to be working quite nicely. So, all right, plan's working here. Anything from a supply standpoint here, or no? Not entirely, although I could bring them to the cotton thing. We just keep losing money. Alright. So we've electrified a few... Okay, you can stop that. We've electrified a couple routes, but right now it's just not working out too well. To say the least. Is there any expansion we could do here? I'm going to try to expand based off of what I see. Like I said, we've electrified a few routes, but there's not too much we could do. I think we can do Tampa, Orlando. Jacksonville's a city too. So is Savannah. We'll keep it local here too. So we'll electrify this route as well. Sorry, Miami, but you're not getting electrified for right now. We don't hit. There's not worth my time. There you go. All right, not much in the way of demand, but so be it. Actually, for Orlando, since we can do that, we'll do that. Oops, and that train's got to be priority. All right, so everything seems to be okay. As far as I can tell here. Money-wise, we're just hemorrhaging even more. My goodness. To be fair, we're dealing with a recession, so that's not going to help us out. Train robbers captured. Good. Go get those sons of you-know-what. We have no money, so that train's gone. Sorry. And you can tell the recession's just kicking our ass here, so... Let's see if this... Let's wait till World War II ends and see if that helps. Oh, there you go. Economy back on track. So all we had to do was wait for Europe to get its act together, and we're fine again. Yay! I know, right? How dare they not get their act together? Wonder what they're doing over there that's causing all this trouble. Who knows? Probably nothing too serious. Anyways. Alright, at least everything's beginning to rebound again. I think the economy had something to do with that, so... Once again, we're back trying to look for routes to electrify here. I think the next one I want to do is connect our two corridors here. We got one in Eastern Canada that I unintentionally did, and then one here in Detroit. So let me do that. So I'm going to give this its own little border crossing over here. And then I'm just going to dive this straight to this corridor over here. Oops, that's not correct. There we go. We'll connect those two lines up. So that line is now effectively connected. GG1 it up yet again. Only this time it'll go to Chicago, then Detroit, and then kind of loop around Canada. Yep, that's good. I don't know if that's going to work or not. But anyways, that's good. I don't think there's any supplies we can bring down here. I mean, we could bring some chemicals down to Minneapolis. And then dump them off in... Who knows where? I can't figure it out. Nothing around here really connects to fertilizer except our little grain silo over here. Which is gushing cash, yet I don't own it. Alright, makes sense. We gotta fix that. I'm not seeing a spot here in Canada or anywhere else that could use it, other than their grain silo over there. Bummer. Okay. One thing I could do is just do a regular steam train and bring it over there. But so be it. Man, we are just hemorrhaging money like crazy here, and now this is not good. Alright, so this is now twice we've now begun to hemorrhage money. So once again, I'm going to have to do the whole exercise of looking through this and seeing what the issue is. There might be a few that we need to just say goodbye to, like that one and that one. Alright, so now we're down to 122 trains. This is nuts. I think we actually... I had like, what, 200 plus trains, and now all of a sudden we're down to 122? Good grief. That's how far everything has fallen, basically. Try to issue some stock, get some cash here. I think at the rate we're going, I may have to start retiring trains left and right. Really? That one gets destroyed? You've got to be kidding me. Wow, that didn't even last. Alright. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I'm starting to get the sense we may have to retire even more as time goes on. Oh! So hold on. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our first diesel train of the game. Now we're going to start seeing these diesel trains pop up. I think the other thing, too, is our fleet is aging, and I just can't replace it anymore. Like, some of these trains have gotten freshly replaced, but now we've gotten to the point where I can't keep up with it anymore, so there may be some changes here. So I'm going to crank this to 2 years out and see what happens. We'll do the end of 1947 and try to figure this out here. So I'm going to speed up the game shamelessly. Okay, revenue's up a little bit, but that is not indicative of our profits. So we'll know at the end of this year what we're dealing with. Alright. Yeah, because we're still hemorrhaging money like no one's business here. So I'm going to issue some stock, rebuy. Alright, so I guess what I'm beginning to realize is now we're basically screwed. The issue here is that our trains are just a lot of trains are old. I'm seeing some that are 40 plus years. That's a lot of maintenance. Obviously, the newer ones aren't going to require much. I hate to say this, but I think next time we're going to have to reorganize our whole system. That's not what I want to be doing here, but we're kind of hemorrhaging money and we need to reorganize things. Also, maybe some more electrification, so I think that's what we kind of need to do, because the electrification is definitely helping. Like, hold on. Let me wander into one of these trains. Yeah, like, see, look at the lifetime ones on this one. And then look at this train that was around the same time. You can kind of see the difference is 1 million. So we need, yeah, this one's 2. So we kind of need more stuff than that. So I think for next time out, we need to redo our trains here. I think this is going to be one of those things where less is more. And going forward, that's probably what's going to be needed. Especially if the trains move faster, that means I don't want my trains to idle as much, say sit in Fergus Falls, for instance. So I think for next time out, we're going to start reorganizing our train lines here a little bit, seeing if maybe we can do something here. So I think for next time out, that would be kind of the best idea here. So we got a little bit of cash to do it, but if this works, we might be able to get the profit machine flowing again, which in turn allows us to pay a dividend, because right now we're not doing ourselves any favors in the whole pay yourself department here. That's not going to fly. On the flip side, at least our equity is kind of going up. So it's up to 310. So the electrified track is kind of helping out, as well as buying a few buildings. So thank you so much for watching. You know what buttons to hit, and I will see you in the next one where hopefully we can resolve this mess. As we try to, well, at the rate we're going, we might not make it to 2025. My goodness. Here's hoping the post-war years are kind to us, like they were in real life. Peace out, y'all. Also, don't fly airplanes. They're awful. or don't build expressways. We can only hope they don't do that. Otherwise, we're in trouble. All right, bye.